So I have to ask, Aquarius, what have you been curious about, interested in, um, peeking at, but maybe holding yourself back from connecting with? We have a solar eclipse happening in Aries on April 8th, and that is happening in your house of communication and network. And Spirit brought a certain quote to my mind. Wow. I'll share these cards that just jumped out of the deck with you in just a second. As I was looking at your chart and shuffling your cards and getting ready to do this reading, oh, hi, I'm Madeline, by the way. That's Isis right over there. This quote came to my mind. So, because I didn't want to paraphrase it and butcher it, I went ahead and brought it up. So, I'm going to read it to you, okay? This is from Spirit with love to you, Aquarius, this month. Do what you were created to do. You'll know what this is because it is what you keep creeping up to, peering at, dreaming of. Do it. If you don't, you'll be punching clocks and eating time, doing precisely what you shouldn't, and you'll become mean and you'll seek to punish any and all who appear the slightest bit happy, the slightest bit comfortable in their own skin, the slightest bit smart. Cruelty is a drug as well, and it's all around us. Don't imbibe. Tennessee Williams. Do what you were created to do. You know what this is because it's what the fuck you want. Okay? Don't worry about who's the best or who you'd have to beat or who's already doing it or none of that fucking shit. An Aquarius at their best is an Aquarius who knows who the fuck they are and does that. So the reason that I giggled to myself was as I was preparing to read this quote to you and talking about it, these two cards jumped out of the deck. We'll shuffle them in and we're going to pull a spread for you in just a second. But hello, the Hermit and the Eight of Wands. Be yourself, follow your own guidance, your own counsel, and then do the damn thing. Really couldn't be more clear. Maybe we don't even have to do this. Could this be a 2-minute reading for you, Aquarius, for the month of April? No, okay, yeah, we'll pull a spread. We'll pull a spread. But that's a pretty good headline. Do what you were created to do. You know, I feel compelled to say one of the clues, if you are one of those Aquarians who's like, I don't know what I was made to do, one of the rare Aquarians who doesn't know what you're made to do, get into your astrological chart. Download you an app, will book you a reading. Shameless plug. Get you a 99-cent app and start looking at your astrological chart and be like, huh, so I have, all of these planets over here in the 8th house. What does that mean? What does that say about me? What was I designed, created to do? That's one method, okay? There are many, many, many methods. One, you don't have to know your astrological chart or your human design or any of that. You could just go with, what do I enjoy? What do I like to do? What am I interested in? And where's the intersection of all those things? You know what I'm saying? Curiosity is being awakened. Follow it. Don't ignore it. Listen to Tennessee Williams. Okay. All right. A lot of good preamble, Aquarius, but let's pull some cards. We're going to get into the story of your month, dynamics showing up and how you're showing up to meet them, and then we will cap off your reading by pulling a couple cards from the Star Codes Astro Oracle deck. So, Spirit, I want to tune in for Aquarius, Aquarius Sun, Aquarius Moon, Aquarius Rising, and Dominant Folks. Spirit, we want to know in the month of April what is showing up for Aquarius. What kind of interactions or dynamics are showing up in Aquarius's life in April? What do you want to share with them, Spirit? The truth for Aquarians' highest good, to help them step into the future that is most satisfying, abundant, easeful, fulfilling, peaceful, and aligned with Aquarius. Spirit, we are only here to help Aquarius get clear and make their dreams come true. So please share with us the truth about what is showing up in their present, any information pertinent from the recent past on that present and unfolding future. Please help us show Aquarius what they need to know to step deeper, further, closer to their highest good in the month of April. We got a bunch of cards here. Let's see what we got. Lucky 13. Okay, Aquarius. Let's see. Spirit's got some extra for you. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Yes, thank you for their highest good, always and only for their highest good. All right. Wow. Your first card up. It's the Aquarius card. It's you. Okay, we'll talk about it. Wow. Jeez. Okay. There's that Hermit again. Spirit said, we pulled that card out for a reason, girly. I see an end to a long and difficult cycle this month, and you opening up to the bounty that is all around you and that is not where this one thing is. It's like, okay, this isn't it. There's a lot more available to me than maybe I've been even aware of. And hello, solar eclipse in your third house saying, yes, there's lots to be curious about, open to, lots of new connections and networkings possible. And Spirit is reminding you that certain things that you may think, oh, it's going to take a long time for that to happen, can happen quicker than you think when you make yourself available for that mentally, emotionally, physically, etc. Okay? Okay, let's talk about it. So, center of your reading, as I said, the star, your card. And the star is about doing what you're here and meant to do. Hello, Tennessee Williams. She is not wearing any armor. She's not even wearing any clothes. She is pouring of herself onto the earth, into the source, replenishing. The star is about moving toward what feels right, even if we don't know the steps. Even if we don't know how long it will take or where exactly we need to go, we move toward our North Star. We move toward, well, these are my values. My values say, I always tell the truth, or I leave situations where I'm not respected, or whatever, and I go with that, and I let the present and future unfold in front of me, trusting that they will correspond with my actions and my attitude. And that's what Spirit is saying. So the star is a very courageous card. It reduces to number 8. So all of the 8s in the tarot are the descendants of the star, right? And also of the strength card, because the star corresponds to strength, because numerology, whatever. Now, crossing the star, one of its descendants, the 8 of Cups, another card representing going forward with faith, even though we don't know what lies ahead. We know what lies behind, though, and that shit sucks. This shit is toxic. This shit is done. It's past its expiration date, is something that Spirit is saying. So, 8 of Cups is a difficult card because it's like, oh, I put so much time and effort and love into those cups, and now I got to leave them behind. The truth is, yes, if you want to experience fulfillment, if you want to feel like you're growing and like you are in alignment, you got to leave behind stuff that feels like it's too small for you. And again, I got to say, this has been like an Aquarian theme over the past few weeks and months. So some of you, it really has been done to death. On the inside, exhausted. 10 of Swords, you're done with it. You're over it. Now, Aquarius, quick reminder, of course, you're watching a reading on YouTube, so you're aware that this is a general reading, right? If you are finding worry pop up when you see the 10 of Swords and you're like, what's done to death? Oh my God, what? If a card brings up more questions than answers, then I wouldn't worry about it. And I would set it aside for now and be like, okay, so perhaps this is for some other Aquarius. If something resonates, then it's like, oh, okay, I'm supposed to pay attention to this. If you find yourself, it's again, more questions than answers, leave it aside. Those of you who are experiencing the 10 of Swords will know it because you know what the fuck you're done with. You're like, I'm past over it. It's like literally we have beat the dead horse into dust. It's so far past done, it's dusty. Now, the beautiful thing, if we have to see the Ten of Swords, is that the dawn is opening up in the background. The sun is rising. A new day is dawning. This thing is over, but something new is beginning. Again, it resonates with this Eight of Cups. It all works together. And quickly, let's like look at your past. The past. Nine of Swords, you've been hating this. You've been stressing about this. This has been weighing heavily on your mind and taking up too much bandwidth, taking up too much space. And here in the present, you find yourself, well, the Nine of Swords generally leads to the Ten of Swords, where it's like, yep, I'm exhausted. I'm tapping out. That's what Spirit is showing me. So some of you may feel like that, where it's like, you know what? I did everything that I could. I tried every which pose I contorted in every which way I could, and I still couldn't win. Tap, tap, tap. That's too much. That's too much for me. Tapping out. If that is in alignment with your soul, then it is the right thing. And I just see big tap out energy in this reading, and not because you couldn't handle it, not because you're not enough. No, it's not in alignment with you. It's not making you healthier. It's making you sicker. And if something is making you sicker, if something is making you lower, if something is making you sadder, then it is not for you. It is not helping you. It is not making you grow. And you know that shit. The Hermit. Could be the same person, no? Just switch up that robe color. Two people taking a walking stick and striking out on their own courageously. They're not doing what everybody else is doing. They are finding their own way. They are trusting their own internal light to show them what is real for them, what is true. Now, the Hermit doesn't mean you're going to be all by yourself. The Hermit means that you want to turn down the volume on everybody else's voice that may be around you, even in support of you. But they do not know you and your path and your soul purpose, i.e., what you were created to do, what you love, what you're curious about, what you long for. They don't know that the same way you do. So it's not that you throw everybody else aside and you go all on your own. It's you trust your own judgment, you seek your own counsel. And if your inner light doesn't feel bright enough to follow, like I don't know what I want, then your job is to clear away the dust and debris that is covering up your inner light. Old beliefs, old prejudices, I'm not special, oh, I'm not creative, whatever all that old dusty shit is, we got to clear that off. Got to clear it off. We got to take off our armor. We got to be willing to be the consummate Aquarius and stand out on the edge on our own as an outlier, as perhaps a rebel, as perhaps someone that nobody understands. And actually, from the outside, they look at this person, they're like, oh my God, look at her, she's naked. Like, there will be those people, and that's none of your business. That's not for you to worry about. Your job is this. Your job is to pour out what is you. You know what I'm saying? Your unique self. Where you find yourself. If this is at the center of your spread and this is where you find yourself, creativity, openness, support, abundance are available to you. The Empress is the mother, the nurturing influence, the ultimate creator, right? Because what creators and mothers have in common when they are at their best, okay, and let us say future mothers, pregnant mothers, on the verge of becoming mothers, what they have in common with great artists is that they are not concerned about how exactly this thing inside of them turns out. They are more concerned with creating the conditions where the thing that is inside them can come out exactly as it is meant to be. I create the conditions for my baby or my art to thrive. That's my business, not how my art looks or how my baby looks. I will love you if you have this color of eyes and you're this long and you're the hair like this and blah, blah, blah. That's fucked up, right? So it would be fucked up for you to be like, I'll only love this piece of writing or this podcast or this project or this new version of myself if it is like this, 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 this. That would be the wrong move. Be your own mother. Be your own nurturer. Embrace your inner artist and know, if any of you have ever had the privilege of taking an art class, there is something wonderfully Aquarian about being in an art class because everybody is there to be themselves and they are there to support other people in being themselves. They're not like, oh, your sculpture sucks because you don't have the same style that I do. They're like, wow, that's really cool. That is so different from anything that I would ever make. There's this very like, the individual and the community are equally prized. And that's kind of the space that Spirit is saying, like, you want to put yourself in that kind of energy of like being in an art class. We're not here to be perfect. We're here to create. And we're here to create the conditions where creativity becomes easy and becomes natural. You know what I'm talking about? So now Spirit is saying something about like creating those conditions for your creativity to be easier and more accessible. That includes mundane things like, oh, maybe I set up my little office or a little creative space for myself because I want to make it so that every morning I go and write for 30 minutes or paint for 30 minutes, or, you know, I want to put my shoes and my whatever by the door because I want to take a walk or I want to work out or I want to whatever. Create the conditions where things can flow in a natural way. Please pardon my cat who just has to play with the tripod. Excuse you. Thank you. She's just trying to cause an earthquake. You know, she's cats. So, if you need support, if you need networking, if you need a reference, if you need a recommendation, if you need a resource, Spirit is like, it's available to you. Excuse you. It's available to you. Your friends, like, you are surrounded. Reach out. If you don't feel like, if you don't know and see and feel the support yet, reach out. Three of Cups absolutely says there are people here with different perspectives and skills that can support you and make this a more joyful experience. This doesn't have to feel so lonely. You do have to leave people and things that are not befitting of you anymore. But whenever we do that, we really do clear space for the ones that are our people, our contemporaries, our future colleagues and friends and lovers and etc. We make the room for those people when we move away from people and things that we do know are not for us or make us feel limited or etc. Now, do I need further proof of that? In the energy around and available to you, Ace of Cups, rush of love, new beginning, new era is what Spirit is saying. A lot of love coming at you this month because that's the Ace of Cups, is like something has thawed and like the floodgates come down and things rush forward. The Ace of Cups is a very beautiful card. It's a blessing. So you may feel a sense of forgiveness, or you may experience a feeling of forgiveness wash over you. Perhaps for some of you, it's like, I've been a little bit icy, or I've iced out some of my friends, but then I'm going to go ahead and try and reach out. And it's like the thaw happens instantly. And they're like, hey, I'm so glad you reached out to me. I've been hoping that you would and stuff. And you're like, oh my God, here I was thinking that I was out on the edge all by myself and nobody cared. But then this person got right back to me and was like, oh my God, it's so good to see you or hear from you, or when can we blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm talking about? So be vulnerable, the star. Don't be armored. Don't close yourself off. Be yourself. Be true to yourself. That's your whole mission as an Aquarius on this planet. Like whether sun, rising, whatever, if you've got heavy Aquarius placements, then it's part of your mission to be your unique, true, full self, to do what you were created to do, as Mr. Williams said. In the key position. Put one foot in front of the other. Slow and steady wins the race. Stay focused on what feels abundant, fertile, worth your hard work, not the stuff that burns you out. This person is very empowered and they will make it to where they're trying to go because they have also got the support. They've got the transportation. This person is trying to do it all by themselves. So Spirit's like, you could do it the hard way, or you could do it the slow, steady way where you accept support from other people and you ditch the people that aren't supporting you because that becomes a subtraction. Okay, now, finally, sitting in the future, What do I see? We said Spirit pulled lucky 13 cards. Here's where we needed 3 extra because Spirit wanted them all in the future. First card up, Two of Pentacles, a shift. I feel very literally for some of you, this is about a career shift. This is about like, I'm going to stop doing this and start doing that. Or at the very least, I'm going to start taking a course in this so that I can do that. Or things like that, like making the adjustments that I need to make to start. Any of y'all see the Shawshank Redemption? Spirit is like, we see you taking a spoon and digging yourself a tunnel behind the Rita Hayworth poster. Like, I'm gonna get out of this prison. I'm gonna dig my way out, even if it takes me however long. Even if I'm digging with a fucking spoon, I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. So, making small adjustments to make your life easier, to make it easier to navigate these waves, followed by Five of Swords, recognizing when we are in a losing battle and when other people are simply never going to give us our due or what we deserve. This is a very unfair, petty, immature card. And I say, do the mature thing when you're in a Five of Swords situation, which is this. You're this motherfucker really playing with my feelings, or this motherfucker really playing with my time or with my money or with whatever, then I'm going to empower myself by walking away. And the Five of Swords is followed by Ace of Swords. Here's my resignation, motherfuckers, or here's what's going to happen now, or I'm signing a new lease over here because this is some bullshit, or whatever. Ace of Swords, stating your truth, clearing the bullshit, cutting red tape, making shit happen by being true to yourself. So, that's your mission. Should you choose to accept it, Aquarius, is to do the thing that you're best at, which is be true to you despite perhaps what other people want or think. And I want to tell you that your state of mind really matters. And if you're feeling a lot of static or a lot of worry or a lot of just like, it's hard to even get clear about where you are, what you want, what a good decision looks like, please make like the Empress and create the conditions for clarity. Like, hey, I need to journal, or hey, I need to, contact a therapist or whatever, and I need to talk this out with somebody who can hold space for me and help me get that clarity. Okay? The support, again, is so available. So available. So don't hesitate to reach out. If when I'm talking to you, there's a person that is in your head, whether friend, whatever, friend, therapist, blah, 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 whatever realm of life, if somebody leaps to your mind when you're like, oh, so I could reach out to this person for support? Yes. Okay. Let's cap off this reading, Aquarius, with a couple cards from the Star Codes Astro Oracle deck. Spirit, we thank you for all the guidance you've given so far to Aquarius, and we want to know what you want to share with them in the month of April to help them have the best month possible. Wow. Would you believe that it's not the third house, but it's kind of a similar house because they're both ruled by Mercury. So, sixth house, sustainability. This thing, sustainability, this as opposed to this. And your second card, the moon, perception. You got to get clear. You really need to get clear about what is going to feel like, yes, this is what I'm meant to be doing. This is sustainable for me. 8 of Cups, 10 of Swords, 9 of Swords, unsustainable shit. Let me get really clear and create the conditions. I like that this person is in this meditative pose because it reminds me of the Empress in the sense of like, let me get really clear. Let me make sense of what is going to be good and healthy for me. On a little bit of an emotional ride with the moon. Because moods change, perceptions change. So Make some time on that eclipse day so that you can be in meditation or doing some journaling, whatever way that you can clear space to kind of notice what themes and patterns are showing up on the day of the eclipse. Like, oh, I was late to work because of this, or whatever. Like, or, oh, this person was really irritated and it sparked this thought in me, or whatever. Like, really take note of what is happening on that day and make like a witch and be like, oh, what is this showing me? If I had to say that this was like the symbolic puzzle that this was putting together for me, what is it pointing me toward, or what is it making clear to me? Good questions to ask yourself. Okay. Okay. What do you think, Aquarius? What's showing up for you? Questions, comments, reflections, rhymes? Share. Let me know. I'm always curious, and it truly helps me become a better reader. So I always appreciate those of you who are willing to leave your insight or your questions, and always happy to answer too. And if you ever want a personal reading, the way to do that is also just south of this reading. I appreciate you very much, Aquarius, truly, especially those of you who made it all the way to the end. Hey! Thanks for being here, Aquarius. May this reading help to rain many blessings, a cleansing, a refreshing April for you. That is what I wish. All right. Till next time, Aquarius. Thank you. Bye-bye.